This clip is brought to you by Merrick Health, the premium telehealth network from Derek More Plates, More Dates. Get your blood work and hormone optimization done under the same roof. Enjoy this clip. But what I was going to mention was like, you should just go in and start, because there's no level of, like, Andrew, you've been doing GOATA stuff, which has actually prepared you well because it's a lot of mobility. But there's really nothing that's going to prepare you for all the different types of ranges of motion that you get, that your body gets into. Like, Andrew, you have fresh experience on that, and people can understand and hear some of that.
Yeah. Did you want to play this video, or do you want me to go into that?
Oh, you don't even need to play the audio side of it.
I'll just let it run.
Yeah, just let it run. I just get tapped a few times.
Yeah. So like right away, the mat burn on my feet, like it was so bad the first night, that I couldn't even walk like the next day. It was so strange. I'm gonna put a post on my Instagram eventually, but like I also had this like weird like contusion thing on my like shin knee where it looked like I was growing another knee. Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, I didn't even remember. And that's the thing, I don't remember any of it. I just looked down and I'm like, oh, like it's all there. You know, so the mat burn and the feet stuff is initially like the first thing that felt just awful, because you know, it's like second-degree burns on your feet, on the top of your feet. But other than that, I mean, not other than that, but also my hands, you know, especially now with the gis, like I'm getting cuts on my hands just from death gripping too much. Because of, my fingertips and my fingernails, my toenails. I got a toenail that's black still because it like it bent my nail up and back, and like it got bloody, and now the blood's just kind of sitting there under the nail, which looks kind of cool, but it doesn't hurt, so that's great. But the thing that I think is the biggest the biggest surprise has been my knees, because I did have tendonitis in junior high also. Like I had Osgood slaughter, but
you did?
Yeah, it's just I wasn't.
Twins.
Yeah, I just wasn't, like after 8th grade, I wasn't very active, so it wasn't like that big of a deal. But since then, I haven't really had any knee issues of any kind. Like I've been pretty good. My right knee will kind of swell up from time to time, but it's not bad. Yeah. However, in jiu-jitsu, being in like that position that you're in right there,
he has me on knee and belly.
So trying to get your knee to his, you know, belly basically is like where I'm trying to live. And I've never been so compressed while trying to push out on that knee, nor have I been on my knees and trying to get my knee down somewhere so fast. Like Cassio was like, you know, you're trying to like really stomp the ground with your knee. He's like, you don't have to do that, but I am doing that. Yeah. So the physical touch of my knee really freaking hurts. And then I think it has something to do with the, is it called the QL angle? The Q angle of my knee. So like my thighs go in and then it hits my knee and then it goes out. Yeah. So when I have somebody in guard, I think it's like pushing out against my knees. Okay. So it's almost like it's correcting it. So I'll just get random aches there throughout the day now. Yeah. And I don't know if that's what it's from or what. Oh man. But so my knees have been like the biggest thing where I'm like, oh shit, like I think I'm gonna have a hard time today. Like, like sitting down, like sitting on this kneeling chair is like, after a little bit, I'm like, oh, I have to get up. Like it's pretty bad. So thankfully with cold plunge, it helps, but it doesn't help like forever. So like I have to keep doing that while still trying to get used to everything that you guys are seeing on screen right now, which is like, I have to get my body acclimated, and I have to understand like it's like I can get from point A to B at like 60%, not 100%, you know, probably more effectively, because then I can get to the next spot even faster than if I was going 100%. Yeah. So these little things, the nails, the knees, the hands, and thankfully, I think this is just a testament to like being somewhat in shape, is that like the rest of my body's okay. Like my shoulder kind of has a weird thing, but like my neck's not really sore anymore after like the first couple days. My back's doing great. Everything is doing fine. It's just like some of these weird, like kind of like annoyances where I'm like, oh, my knees hurt. This is so strange.
And this is one thing about all of this with anybody who chooses to start, is that your body is moving in a lot of, and getting put in a lot of positions that it has been put into. If you can even remember what newbie, like what DOMs were when you first started lifting. This is exactly what that is. You know, when we all first started lifting, if we did chest one day, our chest would be on fire for a few days. If we did back on one day, back would be on fire for a few days. It takes months and months and months for those DOMs not to be as prevalent, especially with something like this, because it's way more variable movement than a lot of the stuff we do in the gym. It might take you half a year for the DOMs not to hit like they used to. And there's a few recovery things that you can do to speed that progress up. At the end of the day, that's how it's going to be for a little bit.
And if you were to just mimic some of these movements, I think your mobility would increase, even without an opponent. But you can kind of think about it like you're doing like almost like a form of yoga / myofascial release, because people are digging their elbows and their knees into your body as you're trying to move and rotate. You're doing that all while working on mobility, but also while working on self-defense and working on your own offense. You're also getting a good workout in, you're burning calories. So it's like there's just a lot of things going on at one time. But if you look at so much of jiu-jitsu, I mean, you have moments where you're on the side of each other a lot. But primarily it's like one person's mounting the other person. So one person's legs are open, or the other person is in the other person's guard and their legs are open. So if you think about like riding a horse or something like that, like it can be challenging on those muscles. Over time, it's going to help. It's going to help those muscles to open up. If you were just to, go to the gym and like fight against the ground, even that very act without another opponent would probably increase your mobility a lot. We've been messing around in the gym more recently with like bear crawls, bear crawl forward, bear crawl backwards, and crab and things like that. Those movements, they're kind of getting worked out and kind of getting worked on a lot when you're doing jiu-jitsu. And then you find yourself, even for me, with the small amount of jiu-jitsu I've done, they're telling me like, hey, get your foot over there. And I'm like, what? Like I heard what they said, but I'm like, I don't think my foot goes over that way. But sure enough, over time you can do it. And it's like you're leveraging your body off of somebody else's. But plus, I think because of the way the range of motions are, you'd be surprised and shocked how quickly your body can start to adapt and adopt to some of the mobility.
Hey guys, if you like this clip, go ahead and comment down below and let us know what you liked about it. All right. Share this with a friend. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And also, we are on Reddit and Discord. All that's down below. All our sponsors and everyone that supports us down below there too. So you can get whatever you like from us. All right. Peace.